Little taste test video for a California grown Butterscotch Sapodilla. These are pretty small fruits here. The right one is Morena, left one is Butterscotch, and the Butterscotch tree I have is about 5 feet tall. It's wanted to fruit profusely since I've had it, and I've been thinning the fruits, but I decided to leave one this year. And here it is. So I'm kicking myself a little bit because I've been checking it every day. I knew it was close. I should have probably bagged it, but I didn't. And we had a little bit of a rain and wind storm, and I found it on the ground, and it was somewhat damaged. But I think I can salvage maybe half of the fruit, at least for the taste test. And this will be my first taste of Butterscotch Sapodilla. I'll do a little comparison with the Morena. Very small Morena. Both of these are pretty small this year. But I was lucky enough to have something to at least compare the Butterscotch to. This has been ripe for a little bit and in the fridge, but it should be okay. And let's start with the Morena. Yeah, it looks good. I've had these before, been growing them for years. The Morena would only give me 1 or 2 fruit a year for the longest time until I planted the Butterscotch right next to it. And now it's producing well. And the Butterscotch, like I say, wants to produce a lot of fruit. See here. Pretty. Very sweet, as usual. A little gritty. Has that rich, deep kind of brown sugar, maybe slightly burnt brown sugar taste. Nothing to complain about. Delicious fruit. I tend to pick these a little bit early when they're just starting to turn brown underneath the skin. If I let them go too long, they're just too sweet for me. They're still delicious, but I can't eat that many if they're that sweet. So I find if I pick them just when they're starting to turn color to brown, and then I let them ripen on the counter, they're really good. All right, fingers crossed. Let me show you the damage. You can see it fell, split, and there's some pine needles in there. So I'm just going to cut this half off. Hopefully this other half is. Well, maybe that's how it's supposed to look. Looks a little greenish. Not this beautiful brownish red on the Morena. I'm going to give it another smell. It didn't smell fermented to me, but let me double check. Doesn't smell fermented. Maybe this is how butterscotch looks. I haven't seen a video on this, especially anything California grown for the butterscotch, that is. Let me see. So, looks okay. Anything that's suspicious I'm going to take off. Apologize about the lighting, but I'm doing this as I have a ripe fruit, and my phone wasn't charged earlier when I had better light. So Let me do one more smell on this. Smells okay. Okay, I do see what they're talking about with the butterscotch. I'm going to have to do more testing on this. It's definitely not bad. It's definitely not fermented. I'm going to do one more little bit here. Maybe it's maybe a little less gritty than the Morena. Definitely as sweet. I see what they're saying where they come up with the butterscotch. It has that hint of butterscotch to it. Not so much the like burnt brown sugar as the Morena and other sapodillas I've tried. It's nice. So all the caveats, let me get them out of the way. 5 foot tall tree, pretty young, first fruit that I've let mature. It fell off the tree. I'm not sure if it was on the ground for a day or two, but it's not spoiled. Like with a lot of fruit trees, I'd say fruits tend to get better as the trees get older. The first fruiting on trees tend to not be the best example of that fruit. It's tasty, not mind-blowing, and we'll give it, another couple years of taste test to see if the flavor's consistent, if it improves at all. I'm very curious about that color, if that's typical of butterscotch color. I like it. Definitely nothing wrong with it. I definitely see where the butterscotch comes from. It's a hint of that butterscotch. It's like butterscotch essence, we'll call it. I may prefer the Morena to that, but like I said, this is first year fruiting, so we'll see going forward if the flavor improves, if the flavors concentrate more. I'll definitely need to pick these when I'm supposed to and do a proper comparison, but since it's the only Butterscotch Sapodilla I have, and I haven't seen a video on this before, it is what it is. But I'll enjoy both of these, and we'll see how it performs as the years go forward. Hope this was informative for anybody growing these in Southern California. Oh, just a little side note about sapodillas. As I said, my Morena didn't produce a ton as a solo tree. People say you don't need cross-pollination for sapodillas for production. I tried all the methods before, pinching method, vibrating, etc., to get better pollination and fruit set. Nothing worked. It could be a coincidence that right after I planted the butterscotch, the Morena just had a bunker crop that year. I don't think so. I think it was due to cross-pollination, but anecdotes. Hope you enjoyed.